Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dave in here helping you play creatively. So recently I received an email from one of you guys, and the email asked me, why should I learn scales? Are they really important? I only want to learn the things that are going to help me grow as a piano player. And when I read it, I was like, I can't believe the person is asking me this question. And then I remembered, when I was first starting out on the piano, I would play scales all the time, but I never understood how they applied in music. I never understood, what was the benefit until later down the line. And so today we're gonna look at 5 reasons why you should learn scales. So reason number 1 is scales give you a framework for understanding what notes to choose from in a song. So for example, if I want to learn the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, twinkle twinkle little star. Well, if I don't know any of my scales and I can't figure out which key I'm in, I have no idea where to start. But if I understand my scales, I can have a framework for which notes to choose from. What I mean by that is this. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Well, now I know that B is clearly wrong from the melody. However, if I'm trying to go through the process of elimination and I know that the C major scale only consists of these 7 notes right here, I'm not even going to touch these black notes, right? Because those notes are not within the framework of the C major scale, okay? So, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Ah, I found it. It was the A. So scales give you a framework for which notes to choose from, okay? All right, so reason number 2. Scales give you a framework for developing your ear. So when you understand your scales and you move on to scale degrees, you realize that you could play one melody in another key. And so when we're talking about scale degrees, what we're referring to is this. C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and C is 1, okay? And then you can apply those numbers, right, of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So it'll be 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5 to another key. So in D, 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5. Or you could apply it to E. 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5. All right? So scales help you to develop your ear. It helps you to listen to music and realize, okay, that's what's going on. And then it actually also helps you to transpose, which is another reason why you should learn scales, okay? And so reason number 2B, I would call it, is that scales also help you in regards to knowing which chords are being played in the song, not only the melody. All right. So we talked about the letter names of a scale. And here we're talking about the C major scale, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We refer to each one of these letter names as having a number scale degree. C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, C is 1 again. Now, we move from there to understanding that each one of these letter names and scale degrees has a chord associated with it, okay? So, C1 is major, D2 is minor, E3 is minor, F4 is major, G5 is major, A6 is minor, B7 is diminished, C1 is major, okay? So now that we understand that, you'll begin to see that, wait a minute, songs have very similar patterns, okay? So let's say we take the song Sweet Hour of Prayer. Sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer. That song went from the 1 to the 4, okay? All right? Now, it went from the 1, which was a C major chord, to a 4, which was an F major chord. Now, you can take that same concept and play it in another key. in D major, D is 1 and G is 4, okay? And it's major, all right? So, sweet hour of prayer, sweet hour of prayer. So once you begin to understand your scale, your letter names, your scale degrees, and then the chords associated with it, it could actually help you play songs in other keys, right? But then you begin to see, wait a minute, this song has the same pattern as this song. So back to C major. What a friend we have in Jesus. Or amazing grace, how sweet the sound. So as you can see, learning scales is absolutely crucial. So let's review for a second. Scales give you a framework for which notes to choose from. Scales are helpful in developing your ear. And then we talked about the B reason is scales give you a framework for which chords to choose from. All right, so reason number 3, you begin to understand the relationship between different scales. So when you know all your scales on the piano, you begin to understand like, oh my gosh, this scale is very similar to this scale. So what I mean by that is this. Let's take C major and let's take G major, okay? So the notes in C major are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The notes in G major are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, okay? There's only one note difference between the two of them, and that's an F sharp, all right? So now I'm moving rather quickly because I really just want to demonstrate the value in learning all of your scales. Well, a very common relationship between chords and scales is the 5-1 relationship, right? So 5 leads to 1. You'll find that that's going to be a common pattern that you see. So in the key of C, G is 5 and it leads to 1, which is C. So the 5 chord is going to be major, leading to the 1 chord, which is going to be major. Now, let's say I want to maybe get a different sound, a sound that's a little bit more interesting. Well, what can I do? Well, let's say I want to get to this G major. Even though I'm in the key of C, I can play the 5 of G major to get me to G before I get to C, okay? So what I mean by that is this. Even though I'm in the key of C, and I'm going to use a G major to get to the C, I can actually play this D major before the G major to get to the C, okay? So let's see. Let's try What a Friend We Have in Jesus. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. So on all our sins and griefs to bear, there I used a D major to get to the G before the C, all right? So that's another reason you should learn scales. It helps you understand the relationship between the different scales and the different chords, okay? And then the final reason, so reason number 4 is learning all your scales. It helps extremely with technique and moving around on the piano, okay? So when you have all of these different frameworks that you can pull from. So many people you'll find, let's say they only play in the key of C, they only really have the C framework to pull from. Yeah, they may know some cool passing chords, right? But they only can do it in the key of C. So C is their framework. But once you understand the framework for all of these scales, you can pull them together in a much more fluid, gorgeous, professional way. All right. So this is what I mean. Let's take What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And I'm literally just pulling different ideas from all the scales together. So what a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. All right. So You get the idea. All I'm doing is pulling different ideas from different scales and making them work in the key of C. So that's why you need to learn all of your scales. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like content like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. Also, if you want to learn the piano in a step-by-step process, you want to understand how does it work. You just don't want to learn cool moves, but you want to understand why things work the way they do. Go ahead and check out my course. I actually have a free masterclass for you at play-creatively.com. Well, until next time, keep watching, keep learning, and we'll keep growing together. Oh, hit that subscribe button. You got to do it. All right, bye.